I have been in this trade for over a week, and as you currently see, it is in drawdown. Like, make that make sense. I don't understand. So it's a beautiful Monday, and I'm just trying to board a plane, just waiting for it. It actually got delayed. Look at this view, though. I think I'm gonna be a pilot. Yo, imagine if I am a pilot and a trader. That would be so cool. Well, what I'm thinking, if the market actually closes with these trades in drawdown, I might just want to close these trades because I already see selling momentum stepping into this Nasdaq. If it does show signs of wanting to push up to the top, then I might hold the trade for a little bit longer. But by the look of things now, I am over this trade. It's high time I leave. But it's just man, just be updating you guys on what I'll be doing as soon as I land. Closer look at what the pilot is doing. We're playing. Oh my gosh, the sky looks mad here. But I just bought Beautiful traders, I have just gotten home, and right now, just looking at the charts, I can clearly see that the sellers are currently in control of this market. Right before I make another analysis, I just decided to close my trades because of this crazy spike. I think there was a news event that actually dropped the market like this. Yes, you should learn to cut your losses short and ride your winning trades. So the market might want to just retest this trend line and then continue with the selling movement, right? So before I do another analysis, I'm just going to close with a $250 loss from our $800. That'll leave us sitting at $500. Yes, I know, but then that's the reality of trading. You take losses sometimes, and it's already almost 10 o'clock, so that won't even give me, another chance to look at the markets again. So I guess this would be me calling it a night and actually picking up this video from tomorrow during the New York session, so that we can see if we can get a really good setup again. Today, yes, it was a red day, and it's totally fine, right? So I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, beautiful traders, it is the next day, and as you can see on our main accounts and in the inner circle, we're actually in this Nasdaq trade, but it's currently in drawdown. This week has been super crazy because of all of the news events we've been seeing in the market. It has been just causing it to have these crazy spikes right over here. Make this make sense. So right now we're going to have PMI getting dropped in like a few minutes, I think, and I decided to join this Nasdaq trade with the rest of the team. I want to take it on the account that is actually sitting at $55. I'm just going to take one single trade on the Nasdaq so that we can write it up. But then with news, it's going to be a risky trade. That's why I'm going to take in just one single trade. I don't want to risk a lot. The only amount I can lose on this particular trade is $100, right? The account is already at $500. We don't want to risk more since yesterday we did take a $250 loss, right? So right over here, you can clearly see on Monday we did enter this trade and it broke this certain zone right over here. What I always say is the market should complete its movement. You can clearly see that it has to get to the next zone at the level 20.177, right? But it has dropped back from that level. In this case, I wanted to retest this trend line that you're seeing right over here and then push right back up to the top. What I think is news will actually help it push to the top. Even though this is kind of like a risky trade, I'm only going to take in one trade, as I said. So what we're going to do is to just wait for the news to get released. We have like almost 15 minutes left for the news to get released. I'm just going to chill over here and watch the trades run. All right, as you can clearly see, we have just been stopped out. Damn. Let me just update the inner circle right now. You can clearly see I gave them a stop loss at 19,800, and yeah, we wait for a re-entry. That's what happens in the market. Yes, we lost two trades in a row. I'm going to close at minus $130. Oh man, all right, we're sitting at $426 now, and yes guys, all right, so that's the reality of trading. Actually, there's nothing that I could do about it. If I had seen this exact same setup, I was going to still take it. If I see it again, if it's a good setup according to my strategy, I will still take the trade because each trade is independent of its own self. Just because I took a loss today, it doesn't mean I'll take a loss tomorrow. Yesterday I did take a loss, today I did take a loss, and who knows, maybe my next trade will be a losing trade or not. But I'm just going to wait for the New York session right now so that we can analyze. But for now, we are down like $300. Imagine this account was $800 from the last time I made a video. Remember, I took the account from $50 throughout to $800, and now we've gone back to $400. So we're going to try and trade it till at least $1,000. Then I'll be satisfied that I've traded a $50 account and it actually makes sense. But this is still a good result. But we just took two losing trades in a row. And let's see if we can come back in just a few minutes. This is a New York session, so definitely we'll find something good, right? And yes, sir, slightly after the NYSE session, 15 minutes after it, I have found a really good setup on the Dow Jones. And you already know that I've updated the whole team that I've been cooked by NASDAQ, and we've just, I've just given a buying limit on US30. We want to get a really good sniper entry type of signal here. So in the inner circle, I'm going to give it as a buying limit, but I always say that risk takers, they should take now. It means the setup is good, but there is a potential that it might retrace. If you want to take the trade, you just take and risk less. So over here on my chart, as you can see on the 15-minute time frame, we do have the bullish momentum stepping into this market. On the 4-hour time frame, I was looking at this zone, and on the 1-hour time frame, you can clearly see that we do have a good rejection from a point of interest, which was a support at the bottom there. So I'm going to start by taking 2 trades and want to see what the market actually does, right? So if the 1-hour candle closes with good price action, if I see that the bulls are stepping into this market from this support zone, we're going to actually add more trades and ride this trade to the top. And yes, sir, you can clearly see that we closed off on the 1-hour candlestick with a really good indecision candles. Look at how the buyers just stepped into this market at this particular level. If we go on to our 30-minute time frame, yes, it's such a bullish candle, you can see it, but on the 1-hour, it makes so much sense if you know your price action. This is a really good confirmation candle that the buyers are actually stepping into this market. Look at it right over here on MT5. It looks absolutely good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just wait a few more minutes and see if the trade actually pushes up to the top, or if you want to retrace a little bit. But I have more confidence in holding this trade. Yes, sir. All right, we are up $155. As you can see, we have 70 pips, 80 pips. It's actually moving. It keeps moving to the top. I do have enough free margin, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one more position and let the buyers actually dominate. You can clearly see that the buyers have stepped into this market. The 15-minute time frame, look at how they broke out of a certain level, right? They have to go and complete the movement. So a while ago, if you do remember clearly, this is the very same setup that made me lose that NASDAQ trade when we had the PMI news released. We had the market rejecting at a certain level, the buyers stepping into the market, and then they broke out of a certain zone. And I thought that now that they broke up, they have to just continue their upward movement to go and complete the rest of the move. Now, this is a good setup. Remember, I said that if I see this exact same setup, I'm going to take it again. Look at it. It has presented itself again. Now, the US30 market has broken down. We do see buyers stepping into the market. They have broken out of a certain level, right? At this point, I'm going to add positions because I know I've seen it over and over again that if they break a certain zone, they might just want to retest it, but they'll always go and complete the movement to the next zone. For that reason, I'm going to add one more position to this trade. Let me just place take profit levels at this zone, right? Because there's a chance that the market would actually get to the zone where I said it should complete its movement, and then from that level, it will drop back down just to retest, right? I don't want it to drop with me whilst I'm in the trade. Alright, beautiful traders, it is slightly after 10 p.m. and as you can see right over here, the market has actually pushed up to the top and it has hit our take profit, leaving your account sitting around almost $1,000. Not so bad. I mean, it did retrace a little bit, so it has been running from around 6 p.m. till now 10 p.m. So that's like 4 hours the trade running. And yeah, obviously I could not record 4 hours of, so it has hit our take profit and I am super tired now. I'm going to actually just leave it right over here and we'll pick it up from tomorrow. Let's see what NASDAQ actually has in store for us. I'm actually looking forward to a really good setup on NASDAQ since I actually took a loss today. Yo, all right guys, you can clearly see that we are up $500. So if I've not had a great day, I'm actually having a really great day. Imagine this type of sniper entry. Look at this entry. You remember yesterday I did drop a limit on US30 in the inner circle, and I did say that risk takers, what we traded yesterday was the risk takers trade, but we did have limits triggered. Look at how the market just came and kissed my limit order. Look at the sniper entry that we have right over here. So we're up 140 pips on each trade, and I have 4 trades running. I had 4 limits. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close 2 of my trades. Obviously I don't want to keep holding this because I just saw this and I was like, let me quickly come and make this recording before I actually close the trade. So I'm going to close 2 trades. So at the same time, we are actually in a NASDAQ trade with the inner circle. I did also drop a limit on NASDAQ, which was triggered when we were sleeping yesterday. We woke up this morning, we had our first take profit hit, as you can clearly see. So that was around 4 p.m. Obviously we would have 1 or 2 people that have actually left the trade. I did say that those that have left, I dropped another NASDAQ signal so that they can join us, and our first take profit has been hit already on NASDAQ, which is absolutely lovely. Account is now sitting at $1,200. Let me see if I can analyze. You can clearly see the market has broken out of this level, right? We did have this level right over here, and it has broken out of it. The same breakout strategy, right? I think a lot have been catching it now because I've been seeing really good results from all of y'all, right? So what we want the market to do is, it has already retested sort of, right? It did retest here, right? So I'm gonna just, I think this is a retest. It dropped. Look at how the buyers pushed the market. The sellers dropped it and the buyers pushed it right back to the top, and they closed right over here at this level. So that's a good zone, right? So I'm gonna add, let me add 2 more positions, right? So the reason why I had closed my trade at first is because I did not analyze. I just seen the market tapped in, hit my first, second, take profit. Now I have more reason to add to this trade, right? So we'll probably just want to write it up to the next zone. Right, we'll probably write it up to the next zone, right? I would actively monitor this trade in case it wants to retrace on me, but we did already secure like 300 pips already, so like that should be a good trade. Let's just watch what the market actually does. All right, beautiful traders, you can clearly see we are up $520 right over here. Wow, $540. The market keeps pushing to the top, so I added positions and they're almost having 60 pips each, right? So let's just check on NASDAQ. That's what I actually came on this chart to do, to check NASDAQ, because I had given a signal, remember, right? So look at how we do have such a really good, all right, that take profit is a little too far, right? So let me just adjust that. So look at this zone right over here. We entered at 1 touch, 2 touch, the 3rd touch. It was an absolutely good trade. If you remember from the weekly analysis, this is exactly what we analyzed, what we wanted NASDAQ to look like. And obviously with the inner circle, we have hit our second take profit. So what I advised for them to do is to leave 1 trade running with our initial stop loss, because we did take profits at 40 pips. We took profit at 100 pips. Remember, we are day traders. We can never have the market moving with so much momentum to give us like 500, 300 or like 400 pips on a single day. So we want to take as much pips as we can before the market decides to reverse and go back to our entry point, and then we end up with nothing for the day, right? But remember, we did have 1 NASDAQ trade in the morning, and this was our second NASDAQ trade. So that is a total of 100, 200 pips, 40, 280 pips that we have, and we currently just will leave 1 trade running. So that's 280 pips on NASDAQ for the day. Absolutely good. And remember our US30 signal too, right? And in the free signal group, I am always going to drop the set up. You can clearly see right over here. I did drop it in the morning so that no one would actually miss the signal. You can see that we are up. NASDAQ actually just played out as well as we wanted it to. Let me just check my trade on US30 before we talk about NASDAQ. And looks good. Let me just analyze that. I might want to close it, right? So it's getting to this level. We are at this level right over here on the 30-minute time frame. You can see the break, the retest is done. So right now at this zone, right, what will the market do? The market can either break out of it or retest. So I'm not going to risk my profit for a retest. I'm going to close it because right, it's going to go up to the top, probably at this level or around about this zone at the top, right, on the 15-minute time frame. Let me see what it actually looks like. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take profit. Let's close our trades. We're going to close 3 of our trades. We'll leave 1 trade running. All right, so that is us sitting at $1,500 from our $50 account that we've been trading for the last week. Right? Remember, it was a 24-hour challenge that then turned out into a week challenge. Right over here, you can clearly see that our account is at $1,500. So this is one thing that you actually learn to do. Utilize all the tools that you have on your trading platform, right? You see, the buying limits really helped me in this case. I could not have actually taken such a sniper entry if I was just trading by myself. It would have moved, up to the top before I entered the trade. I would have, missed it with like 10, 15 pips. But because I had limits there for like 24 hours or so, I don't know how many hours I was having the limits, but I had limits at these zones and I had given the limits to the whole team. So it just taps on our limits and then just pushed right up to the top. But there you have it, guys. This is exactly how I always trade my accounts. This is exactly how I will be thinking before I take a trade. After I take a trade, that's exactly what happened. Initially, we took our account from $50 to like $800. We fell back to $400 and now we're sitting at $1,500. This is the reality of trading. Profitable trading does not mean that you do not take a loss at all. Profitable trading simply means that you take more winning trades than you take losing trades, and you should know when to cut your losses short and then ride your winning trades, add to winning positions. That's exactly what we just did right over here. And the good thing is you've seen me doing it live right over here, and the inner circle was actually doing it with me. But if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button, turn your post notifications, and subscribe to the channel. You feel me? With that, it's been Tino, and I'll see you in the next lit video. Peace.